People who come to cricket stay with cricket.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great.
Cricket has allowed me to stay connected and really just enjoy a little bit more of that travel lifestyle.
The reliability that I've had with Cricket, for me personally, is unmatched, and that's why I stick with them.
From affordable service to the latest 5G phones, Cricket has something for everyone. Smile, you're on Cricket.
And welcome back, sports fans, and good evening to you all to UPSL Premier Georgia Division action. Week 11, the final week of the regular season. And we're going to jumpstart the action for you tonight on Tuesday night edition here. My name is John Reno alongside Stephen Johnson. Tonight we got two teams going at it, Stephen. Both looking to secure a spot in the playoffs tonight.
Yeah, huge implications for the end of the season with tonight's matchup of Kalonji Pro Profile up against Atlanta Rovers FC. Kalonji Pro Profile, with 3 games left to play by the end of this week, match week, are still technically in the hunt for a championship title. Further down the way, you see Atlanta Rovers, who had an absolutely tantalating start to the season. They've really gotten out of shape here in the middle of the season, and now they are fighting just to secure the playoff position. They're currently in 6th, but until they get up to that 15-point line, that's not locked in just yet.
Yeah, 15 points will be the magic number for the Rovers here. And just, as you said, kind of a strange season for the Rovers, the Regional Cup champions, 2-time Regional Cup champions, having a bit of a rough go this season and coming off a real bad loss to Los Tigres, Club the Strongest, Atlanta. We'll see how they bounce back. Meanwhile, Kalonji Pro Profile have a tough week ahead, 3 games this week, and they need a draw or a win tonight to secure a spot. So the scenario here is they got 3 games in hand. They got the MLS going on. What kind of, I mean, if they draw tonight, do you think they, or win tonight, do you think they push to try and go for the division title, or if they draw, do they?
I think they have to. Knowing Kalonji, this is an organization that's very prideful. They came back and they want to make a statement this season in the UPSL Premier Division. The only scenario where they're still in the playoff hunt is if they win 3 straight and get a little bit of help from up the table. So if they are still on for that outcome, I think they keep putting their best foot forward. If it's only a draw, sure, that does net them a playoff space here tonight. Maybe they make a push for top 2, just given that you're looking at a 3-match week load right now. It would be nice to get that first round bye, but I mean, with so much going on, you have to look out for the safety and well-being of your players and how much do they really have in the tank. But after a little bit of a rest, they're back out here tonight, and this is a strong lineup for Kalonji.
Yeah, they're bringing everyone to bear here. Last Saturday, their victory over North Georgia United. They were a bit shorthanded, but it was thanks to the junior Sandoval show. They pulled out a victory, a stunning victory. But tonight, a full complement of players, as you said, and here we have on our screen here the starting lineups. Both teams have knowing the importance of this match tonight, have brought out a full complement of players. And the Rovers, again, need a victory tonight to secure a spot in the playoffs. Win and you're in, and anything can happen in the playoffs, as we know, Stephen.
Yeah, certainly so. I mean, obviously, huge ramifications for winning the title at the end of the regular season. But if you want to go to the national championships, the only thing that matters is how do you perform in the playoffs. That's a great point for sure. Kalonji Pro Profile, as you mentioned, I'm really excited to see, especially off the back end of a very lackluster away day over at Atlanta United, where they basically started the second squad. Good to see Dante back in the starting roster, as well as the entirety of that front 3. Sumo, Okonkwo, and Kemdim should be looking dangerous up front. But I actually want to shift our focus from the front of Kalonji to the back of Rovers, because last time we saw these guys out, it was absolute Swiss cheese, probably one of the worst defensive efforts I've ever seen out of a UPSL team.
Yeah, definitely a poor showing for the Atlanta Rovers. They're going to look to rectify that tonight. They can go a long way towards that, to getting a win tonight and get back on get healthy again here. But 2 premier teams of the Premier Division, the Georgia Premier Division, going at it tonight. We are just moments away here for kickoff and our national anthem. But just excited about tonight's matchup. Been looking forward to this one. This is a makeup match from earlier in the season. So this one's been on our calendar for a while, and should be a good matchup tonight, Stephen.
Oh, it should be a great one. I mean, both teams out here with something to play for, and that's the nice thing about how hectic the end of the season is for the UPSL Georgia Premier Division. Basically, everyone's got something to play for. We've got 4 teams in the race for the title as of tonight. We have 9 teams who are in the race for those top 6 playoff positions. And even looking down at the other end of the table, which we'll get you caught up for on Thursday night with a little bit more action on the table, there are 3 teams who all face relegation in Legends, Venetito, and Atlanta, and LGSA, an absolute shocker. But as we walk out and get ready for tonight's proceedings, I think it's about time to throw us to a break just so we can get ready for the action to come.
Yeah, national anthem, and then soccer action will be up next. And we are back, week 11 here. Kalonji Pro Profile versus Atlanta Rovers FC, just moments away here from kickoff. And before we do, Stephen Johnson, color analyst here, has a little bit of information for us about the Rovers backline.
Yeah, we kind of alluded to this before, especially after last week's matchup up against a very hot and cold club, the strongest. It's that Atlanta Rovers are really trying to find that ideal balance between their attack and the defense, especially at the beginning of the season. It was a high-powered, your best way to defend is just to get ahead early. But it seems like they've struggled a little bit finding the correct positions for those fullbacks. Do they push them far up and try to support the front 5? Do they pull them back and defend? Looks like we might also have a few additional... Yep, okay, we just got some info from the Rovers. Big shout out to them. Looks like we got some substitutes available for us here. But we'll have to see what they're going to have in the tank here, because Rovers, very hot and cold. Kalonji, they look to be on fire, especially ever since they handed a very, very poor defeat at the hand of Atlanta United.
All right, just ready to get set here and get underway here. Rovers in a last-minute player huddle here. And we'll be underway here soon. Kalonji Pro Profile in their white home kits today, going from right to left on your screen. And then the Rovers in their red, going from left to right.
Yeah, just while we got a second here, because this is the last weekend, let's get you a quick hit on what the championship title race actually does look like. So just before we come back, just so you can get kind of a feel of what's going on in the league right now, Dalton United up against North Georgia would win the title this weekend should they beat North Georgia. If that falls through, Atlanta United versus Academy, Atlanta United Academy wins that matchup. They come through with the title. But if all that goes wrong and Kalonji find the perfect run to end this season, they could be the ones hoisting the title at the end. And if all that goes wrong, FC Birmingham could come in with the absolute, 1,000-to-1 odd. If you've bet on that, you're a millionaire now kind of title race. Very interesting here, but let's bring our attention right back because it seems like we're about to kick off.
Yeah, as you said, Stephen, a few scenarios here, but you mentioned Dalton earlier. They win. They're the champions, regular season champions, and what accomplishment that would be, going undefeated in their first season in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division. And we are underway And right away, Rovers trying to make a move into. Looks we got a handball. So right at the start, we're going to have a free kick here for Kalonji.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see how both sides approach the game, especially from a wide player perspective. Predominantly, the main thing we saw as a shortcoming for the Rovers backline was their ability to defend those wide spaces. Let's see what they do with the defense, especially with Jimmy Noel slotting in. It looks like as a right back tonight. Actually, slight correction, looks like Ramos has drifted out wide and will be taking out that far outside position.
Yeah, that was Nazario for the Rovers pressing the goalkeeper there, forcing an issue there, but nonetheless, ball out of play. Going to be a throw in here for Kalonji. A long throw there by Mr. Carr. And Rovers win the ball, drop it back. Only send it forward, 50-50 ball. Rovers now, nice pass there on the right side, but contested there by Carr. Out of play, but we're going to have a throw in here for the Rovers. Early going here. We're just underway. Atlantic Soccer and Media Group proud to present to you UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. And we have two of the premier teams in that division playing some soccer for you to hear tonight, folks. A foul given here on the Rovers. Pavlotsky here will drop it back to his defense. He gets the ball back. And they'll move it over the right side. Sent forward midfield. Still, Kalonji maintain possession. Now they're down on the left side. Red jerseys are back, though. Into the box now. And looking to find a man, but no one there for Kalonji. And the Rovers defense able to take away possession here. Ball going out of bounds.
Good push coming in so far from Kalonji. They're not quite hitting them on the break, but they're just finding their way down this left side. And especially given that it looks like they've moved their two center backs over towards their defensive right side, it definitely feels like it's going to be this near-sided wing for the first half. That's going to decide a lot of who comes out on top to start.
Yeah, Kalonji with a good first start here. They had a bit of a lackluster start in their last match, going down 3-0 in the first half, but came storming back to take that match 7-3. There's a foul here. As they try to wrest the ball away from the Rovers. It'd be a free kick here.
Interesting change here. I actually want to call this out. I know we're talking a bit about the back four for Rovers, but with how it's lining up now, it looks like it's almost swapping between a back three and a back four. Looks to be number 21 slotting in from the defense. Coming a little bit further back, that's Mox on the left side. Big ball over the top, and Jimmy Noel's on it.
Here come the Rovers now. Trying to make a move here. On the right side, they switch it up in the middle. Having to fall back a bit due to some good pressure by Kalonji. And they're going to drop it back to their goalkeeper, Jeffrey, who's starting tonight. And no surprise he's getting the start tonight, I would say, Stephen. Meanwhile, long ball on the right side here. Oh, there's a hard challenge there. Carr going down. Referee gives a little chat to the Rovers player there.
Yeah, Rovers know that they got to come out a little bit physical in this one. Clearly, with the conclusion of last week's matchup versus Club the Strongest, there's definitely a strong chip on their shoulders, to say the least. So there's definitely a feeling that they want to come into the house of Kalonji Pro Profile, and they want to show them that this is going to be a physical game, that they're going to have to keep up the entire 90 minutes if they want to hang with what really should have been the title contender at the start of the season. Rovers, so far they're hanging pretty far back. It seems that they're fairly content with trying to possess and trying to score from that midfield. I mean, they've got a phenomenal roster of guys in that midfield, especially looking at Montero, number 8. Really helps them orchestrate the play. out of that midfield 3. Rash challenge. That's going to go the way of Kalonji.
Yep. Foul here. Bit of a hard challenge there. But another free kick here for Kalonji. They're going right around midfield.
Those are 2 pretty quick and hard challenges coming out here. I know I mentioned it before. I don't want to jinx us just yet, but let's just say that the last few outings for Rovers have been passionate, to say the least. So we'll be definitely looking at the coaching staff and as well as the referees to really keep a lid on tonight's proceedings.
Yeah, with the importance of the game, you want to try and keep cooler heads here, but we'll see if this is an indication of how the match will proceed, Stephen. Ow. Kalonji has to backtrack here. Ball in the center here, headed forward here by the Rovers. Trying to keep possession, but it's going to be taken away by Kalonji. In traffic, he's going to drop back to the captain, Dathma, who is back in the lineup tonight. And a little bit of back and forth here at midfield, but now there's a long ball on the left side for Kalonji. A couple players, their car gets tangled up here. Leaves it too far forward, but Rovers can't keep it in. So it's going to be a throw in here deep in the defense of the Rovers. Throw in here. Trying to move in the center box, loses it. Dathma gets it back. Oh, just not able to handle it as Kalonji, and the turnover will go to the Rovers.
Yeah, it seems like both sides getting off to a little bit of a cold start. Huge pressure on both teams here really tonight. Kalonji, if they want to keep their title aspirations alive, it needs to be a perfect end of the season. That starts here tonight with probably their strongest remaining competitor, the Rovers. Especially in the Rovers. I mean, this was a team that was, I think in week 2 or week 3, was nationally ranked as one of the strongest teams in the UPSL Premier nationwide. Yeah,
you're absolutely right, Stephen. They were in the top 5, I think, at one point early in the season. But just a strange. This has been a strange season overall for the UPSL Premier Division. With how the Rovers have performed, basically playing 500 now, finding themselves trying to win here in the last of the regular season to make it to the playoffs, and teams like perennial powerhouse LGSA facing relegation. It's just been a strange season.
Oh yeah. Referee, as we kind of alluded to, he's keeping a real tight lid on this match. So far, I swear, we've spent more time setting up free kicks this game than we have actually been playing. And I think that the officiating staff, they know that there are a lot of tensions in the air here tonight at Shiloh Community Stadium.
I was just about to say, Stephen, I think they're well aware of what happened on Saturday, or this past weekend, rather, in the Rovers Los Tigres match. So I'm sure that's in the back of their mind, and they're going to try to keep a tight wrap on things here. And it's probably a wise thing to do here. Meanwhile, we're going to get our first corner here, I believe, here for Kalonji. First set piece here. It's going to be a right foot kick here. So it'll be inside out. Into the box it goes. Tries to head it, and it's going to go away from the goal, off and out of bounds for a goal kick for the Rovers.
Yeah, trying to find the back post there with Carr. Unfortunately, just can't keep his head down. Rovers does a pretty good job of getting back behind the ball, especially on set pieces, so I expect it to be a pretty tricky avenue of attack for Kalonji here tonight. What I do expect to see is a lot of focus down those wings. I think Rovers have one of the most stacked midfields in the league, so how do you get around that? You got to go down the wings, and we'll have to see if Kalonji are able to actually convert those wide chances to central locations, and I think corner kicks are one of the best ways to do that.
All right. Meanwhile, Rovers send it long into the center here, giving chase. But ball's going to be taken by Kalonji, but it's not going to be really kept in. Carr gives chase, but watches it roll out of bounds here. So it'll be a throw for the Rovers.
You could see Guerrero. He may not be the biggest guy on that pitch, but the second that it seemed like there was miscommunication between the back line of Kalonji, he was gunning for that ball. big win here potentially for Rovers. Look at the windup for this throw.
Yeah. Hector Guerrero sends it long into the box, but it finds the head of the Kalonji defense right back out of play here. So Hector Guerrero will do it again here. Another big throw. This time, the goalkeeper comes out to challenge. Can't get his hands on it, though, but it is clear to midfield now. Now give it chase is Kalonji. And the ball ends up out of play here.
Yeah, and I do want to, speaking of goalkeepers, I do want to shout out, you mentioned before that Rovers have elected to switch up goalkeepers. They got Joffrey in the net this week. Not the greatest goalkeeping performance in the world last time around, but it's such a high-profile matchup. You got to think that this game could easily be decided on a goal. We'll have to see if he's ready to take those reins.
Oh, there's a nice steal. And he's able to go around the goalkeeper, and he's going to easily put it in the back of the goal. What a play by Nazario.
What an absolute blunder in the back from Kalonji. Almost to curse, but kind of the other way. We'll see it here on the replay. It's a back pass to the two central defenders. It's just a heavy touch, and it's just stolen. Nobody's tracking back. Goalkeeper gets stuck in no man's land. Poor defending. Typically, how you want to handle that as a goalkeeper is when a man's running at you, you back up to the goal. When he gets to your penalty box, then you come up to meet him. But just gets dribbled around. I mean, obviously, I don't think the goalkeeper was the main issue on that play, but that is definitely the kind of mistake that will absolutely cripple your confidence early on in the game like this.
Yeah, great play there by Nazario. Good hustle play there to take that ball away and get around the goalkeeper, Henry, and just for an easy goal. So the Rovers strike first here in this matchup here in the 12th minute, and they're up 1-0 now.
Yeah, just miscommunication between Forster and Dicate in the back. Yeah, that's definitely not the kind of captain's contribution you want to see at this point. And you got to be wondering, how much do some tired legs start to play into this? I mean, this is a team that is just has match after match this week.
Yeah, I mean, some of these players played in the Premier Division this weekend, and others played in the MLS next, so there could be some tired legs out there tonight.
Oh, for sure. Tired legs, tired minds. I mean, this was also a weekday. A lot of these guys had work or school or something in the meantime.
Yeah, and they have 2 more matches this week after this. So definitely be a test of fortitude here for Kalonji Pro Profile. Meanwhile, we got a whistle here. Referee's going to call a foul.
Pavlotsky going pretty hard into that tackle. I mean, he's the kind of ball-winning midfielder you'd expect to go in for challenges like that, but especially because I believe he was actually the first person tonight to get a talking to by our refereeing staff. Got to be a little careful, especially when you want your enforcer holding midfielder to see out the whole 90 minutes.
All right, so we're going to get a free kick here about 7 yards or so outside the box. And the referees tonight, Altanju, so center ref here.
Yeah, well, we'll see how Altanju and the rest of the team cope.
It's underway into the box here, headed back out by Kalonji and taken away. And they're going to try and break out here on the right side. Did he delete it? No, he thought maybe he let it too far for him at first, but he maintains control here. Nice play there. Now they got a man coming down on the left wing, and he's going to – oh, he did send it right away and almost snuck it in there in the near corner there, Stephen.
Yeah, I guarantee you the keeper was not expecting that shot so rapidly. That was the break, of course, from Okonkwo, who usually plays through the midfield to the center forward position. Woes out to the left.
Again here, Stephen.
Yeah, able to make room down that right side. Lays it off here. I don't know if you really need to be taking that one first touch. I mean, there's the defender coming back. That's a confident take, to say the least, but it at least going to net them a corner kick here.
Corner kick here, this time on the left side and into the box hard. Ooh, just cannot get a good header on that one, and it goes out of play here. Going to be a goal kick for the Rovers.
Yeah, Kalonji are getting close. With the last few set pieces, you're feeling like maybe they're onto something. And realistically, if they didn't just gift Rovers a goal, they could be looking for the opener right now. We'll watch that once again. Coming from left to right across your screen, ladies and gentlemen. It's just, free men running from the top of the box into the midfield, into the penalty spot, and hands in the head because they know that was a potential equalizer right there. But, I mean, not the greatest way to start a game, but still plenty of match left to be played here tonight.
Now, play back underway here after a A little bit of a delay. Rovers sending along Nazario, looking for it. He's not going to get it. It's going to be headed out of play by Kalonji. So Rovers will get a throw here. Again, if you're just joining us, we're in the 16th minute now. The Atlantic Soccer Media Group presenting to you a jump start here to Week 11. UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. John Reno alongside color analyst extraordinaire Stephen Johnson. Kalonji Pro Profile down 1-0 to Atlanta Rovers. Both teams looking to secure a spot for the playoffs tonight. And now here come Kalonji charging down the right side. Got a couple men on him. Yeah, that's Anthony Sumo. He's going to take a shot, and he's going to sail it high over the goal. Anthony's saying he was fouled, but to no avail.
Yeah, strong play there from Sumo. He's able to hold off what looks like about 3 separate defenders. Really just dwarfs them in size as he just gallops down this right wing. He has 3 other supporting players, but it looks like he doesn't pick his head up and he doesn't find the secondary pass. And that's kind of been a shortcoming of the Kalonji attack this season. They're really good with immediate direct play. They aren't quite as succinct as some of the other high-powered attacks in this league at finding that 1-2 into the back of the net. Something that I think that Rovers is probably one of the best teams in. However, results showing, Kalonji still have proven to be the more effective team over the season. We'll have to see whether that can continue tonight because they've got a self-dug grave to dig themselves out of right now.
Yeah, goal kick goes way out of play, results in a throw here for Kalonji. Now the ball batted up in the air a couple times. Now taken to the feet by Kalonji. They move it over to the left side now. Looking to make something happen here, looking for an equalizer, but it's taken away by the Rovers. But pressure still. Oh, there's a ball off the head. It's going to go off to
Kalonji able to pick this one back up, driving down that right wing.
Oh,
Multiple members here on the
now.
inside.
He breaks free. There's a nice pass in the middle there, and it trickled past the goalkeeper, but Atlanta Rovers defense was there to knock it out. Almost a goal there for Kalonji Pro Profile. We'll take another look at this one.
Yeah, that ball just kind of gets lost in the chaos right on the top of the box. Once again, they drive down this right-hand side, and this is where their back 3 are really getting torn apart. They look for the cutback ball, don't quite get a clean strike on it. That is a dangerous position for Mateos, number 2, in the defense for Rovers, to be just literally lying on the ground in your box. That's a very surefire way to get yourself a PK, but ends up getting away with it. But this is the weakness that we see out of Rovers. They are very susceptible on the wings, and I think if anything, their last matchup against Strongest has really shell-shocked them into saying, all right, 3 of you in defense, just focus on the midfield. If we deny the middle of the pitch, they're not going to score on us. We'll have to see if that works.
All right, so back to live play. Rovers now with the ball here at midfield. And they're going to dish it off to the right side here to Christopher Ramos now. He's got along the sideline, and fighting with the ball is Mr. Carr. It's going to go to Kalonji for the throw. Or excuse me, that was not Carr. That was Akponko.
Yeah, Carr will be the one taking the throw, it seems.
Ball back in play. And possessed by the Rovers now. Still working their way on that right side. Carr, nice play to knock the player off the ball, but he's back on it. And now they look like a handball there. But the referee did not call it.
Yeah, I mean, we do get the benefit of replay up here in the box, but no VAR tonight. Guerrero absolutely just fights his way, and it's the Guerrero-Montero connection that's just trying to find something near a big tackle to win that back.
All right, Kalonji now able to break out now. Now coming down the right side, charging forward. The Bull, Anthony Sumo now with a head of steam, and he's taken down.
That's
and
called.
They do call it, but was he in the penalty box area?
Yeah,
going to be a penalty.
Referees moving to the box. That's a yellow card also awarded. We'll see that. Just big ball over the top. Sumo is such a large gentleman on this pitch. He absolutely just blisters forward. Just goes straight through. 22, it looks like, clips him in the back. A little bit of a nudge, a little bit of a bump, and that's Figuera. who should be picking up the yellow card for that takedown. And this is big. PK available to Kalonji would equalize it back. It looks like we're going to have another replay. I think for the play at the other end of the pitch, yeah, as Rovers go in here, Guerrero, he's got a lot of heart, but he just gets bullied off the ball, able to pick it back up. That's a suspicious ball the other way. I assume the call is that it's going to the body, not the arm, but a little bit hard tell from our angle with the white ball on the white jersey. But that's going to be out of their minds right now. It is number 14, Okonkwo.
Yeah, Okonkwo is going to take this PK here for Kalonji. Golden opportunity here to get an equalizer here and tie up this match.
Yeah, that's Joffrey in net. Just getting the start here tonight after a poor performance from the previous goalkeeper last week.
Yeah, pressure-packed situation here for Joffrey here. Let's see what Patrick does. Taking his time, he moves up, puts the ball into the goal.
Yeah, it looks like he just reads the goalkeeper, ends up putting it not actually too far to the side. If it's one of the times when being a little excited as a goalkeeper can sometimes work to your detriment. If he's actually just standing still at the start of this, reacts to it, it's just to his right side, he probably can go ahead and save it. Dances around a lot. Yeah, he just goes before the ball. Okonkwo very calm and collected, just sees the keeper going right. I'm going to put it left. 1-1, and we are equal here at Shiloh Community Stadium.
In the 22nd minute now, all knotted up here in this important Georgia Premier Division matchup here. Both teams looking for some points tonight to secure themselves a spot in the 2023 spring season playoffs. So play back underway here. There's a long ball sent. Oh, headed backward here, giving chase. The Rovers on the right. Oh, a little push there. But the ball's going to go. Throw in here for the Rovers.
Yeah, Rovers are having a really hard time battling through this defense. And we've mentioned it before, just the size and physicality of the Kalonji backline is really hard to play through.
Right.
Ball over the top.
Guerrero with the throw finds the foot of Rovers player. He sends it into the box, but the defense is there to send it long now at midfield. And Rovers going to send it right back down. Carr now with the ball. He's getting pressured here by Guerrero. Knocked down, but Carr back on his feet. They're in the corner now battling.
Nowhere to go.
Still battling. Carr goes down again, and now the foul is given.
Yeah, it ended up being a really smart play for Carr to hold on to that one because you looked right at the top of your screen, and Bomeo, who's already on the one poacher's goal tonight, was just waiting for that ball to come back across to the goalkeeper so he could cut that out. Sees his options not there. Good positioning from the Rovers, and Carr can't get the ball up the pitch. Just let the opponent knock you over, and you'll get the free kick every time. Ball played back in.
Smart play there by Mr. Carr indeed. Now, ball back in, but it's poked out. Again for another throw here for Kalonji.
Yeah, Rovers are not quite committing to the full court press. They do realize that the few times they've been caught out is because they're finding the balls on the counter. So they're holding back pretty well here. But as Kalonji, look more like a football team, kind of gaining a yard or two every play here, try to get their way out of this corner. There's still just this feeling of concern with the ball at the back for Kalonji.
Now there are a series of plays where the ball is immediately knocked out of bounds, but this time Rovers are going to have the throw now. Rovers, Christopher Ramos there doing the honors for the Rovers.
And Rovers had a few key players as well are going to be hurt in here. Well, here we go. We should be in for another patented Guerrero long throw. Looked dangerous before. Can he find Mbomio? He's coming short.
So not quite as long there. But Guerrero has it back down. He's trying to find over on the left side, but it's headed up. Still trying to get out of the defensive third here is Kalonji. Ball's going to go out of play here. And we're going to have another Rovers throw here, this time on the left side.
Yeah, pressure starting to mount here. A bit of a acrobatic scissor kick attempted. Not quite going to come to fruition, but Rovers nonetheless, they'll keep the pressure up here.
Throw is in. And once again, immediately knocked out of play by Kalonji. So just about to go into the 26th minute of the first half here. All knotted up here, 1-1. And ball kicked straight up in the air here. 50-50 ball sent forward by the Rovers. And there's going to be a shot from distance. It's going to be too high and over the goal. Goal kick for Kalonji Pro Profile.
Yeah, Montero just finds himself with a little bit of space there, a little further than he'd like, but just tries to get that ball to dip right behind the goalkeeper. It does not. Rovers able to control that ball in the midfield. Potential call for a high boot right there. Goalkeeper, I think he had it covered. It was close to being caught off the line, but...
Meanwhile, Kalonji now breaking free on the right side. It's going to set it in the middle here. They have the middle. He's going to get it back, draws it back, and sends it over to the left side, and it's going to go out of play. So another good chance there for Kalonji. They just couldn't quite connect there.
Who on earth is this Rovers defending coach? Why is every center back from Rovers attempting a two-footed sliding challenge in their own box? They are asking for a penalty here. If I'm the coach of Kalonji, I'm telling my striker, the next time someone goes to ground, you just take the fall. 14, what are we doing here? Attempting to find that ball back across. And to Rovers' credit, when they get set, they are solid at the back. But they are starting to get a little exposed here on the counter.
Yeah, that was Nick Huberty for the Rovers there on that play. Just ill-advised, but this time it didn't cost him.
Yeah, I mean, how long can that go for, though? I very much appreciated trying to get back there and save your team, but you're doing more harm than good if you end up causing a penalty kick going the other way.
All right, Ramos now number 3 for the Rovers. Sending in. And we get another foul here called. All right, so Kalonji now, there's a little tug on the jersey there. And looking for a call was Kalonji. Didn't get it, though.
Oh, you're starting to see some temper
fighting for it
flare here. Throw-in awarded to Kalonji.
Yeah, throw it to Kalonji. And they get in quick now. There's a nice header, nice touch there, but it's going to go a little too far, though. Going to go out.
Yeah, referee's going to have to come out and give a few words here to the defensive line. Looks like it was addressed towards number 2 of the Rovers defense. That's Mateus. They're in that right-sided center back position. It's kind of hard to pick up on what Rovers are doing. At some point, it looks like a back 4. On some points, it looks like a back 3 with wing backs potentially pushing further up. Biggest thing I know is that Jimmy Noel is definitely not one of those defenders. Yeah, it looked like that not only included number 2 there for the Rovers, but number 23, it looked like. That was White coming up from the midfield.
There's Nazario with the ball, but he's surrounded by white jerseys, loses possession. There's Pawlowski trying to move it forward to Sumo. Sumo on the right side now. Draws it in the middle. Takes a shot from distance. It's going to go wide of the goal.
Okay, I've got a theory. I'm theorizing that Sumo has a clause in his contract that is pay per goals. Because this is like 4 times now. He has tried to just single-handedly take this ball and put it into the back of the net on his own. Cuts from that right wing straight to the midfield. The best thing with a winger that likes to cut inside is that creates space to his outside and creates space behind him to lay him off. Looks like so far in this match, Dante, who typically plays as more of that attacking midfielder, hasn't really gotten involved. Maybe that's an adjustment we'll see in the second half, but...
Nazario there for the Rovers, though, but Kalonji's going to come away with it. They're going to break out pretty easily now. And there's try to get through ball. Handball for sure on that one.
Yeah, that could be poor.
And as their yellow will be given.
I believe that's to number 2. Yeah, Mateus. It looks like he held it up until Mateus saw it. So that's going to be the second Rover of the game. I want to see a replay on that because there could have been an argument for more than a yellow card if that was a bit of a dogzo. Ball played here into the midfield. Ball played up. Looking for the ball through. That's intentional. That's a card. That should be a red card, if anything. Because that's, I mean, he's technically got a guy on him, but, oh, he is so lucky to be getting out of that one with just a yellow card.
Indeed. 7 yards now from the box will be the free kick here for Kalonji.
I'll tell you this. The Rovers defensive line, they've used up any goodwill that they may have with the referee before this game. But let's turn our attention now, Kalonji. They don't have their maestro of free kicks with them tonight. But we'll have to see. Yeah, and as our production agrees, I mean, that's a red card any other day of the week.
Yeah, Camden will take this free kick here. 4-man wall here. And there's a shot. Nice shot and nice save. Jeffrey had to go up and get that one and knock it away, but that was a great shot off the free kick by Camden. Almost found the top of the goal there, just under the crossbar, but good save by Jeffrey.
Yeah, just tries to bend this over the wall. Goes for the shot on goal. Camden stands over this one as it dips down. Good, powerful hand to push that out of dangerous way. Now here's the corner coming in. That's a handball. Yep. Sumo not going to get away with that one. And a bit of a hero there as Joffrey redeems himself a little bit from the PK earlier on. And, I mean, you can't ask anything else from your number one.
Yep. Now here comes goal kick here for, or free kick rather here for Atlanta Rovers. And he's going to send it over to Ramos. Ramos is going to lose it to Carr. Carr has Pavlovsky in the middle here. He's going to drop back to the fence. He's going to get sent over by Dothma. Nazario getting a chase. But Henry's going to catch up to it before any red jersey will get there. Sent back to midfield and then sent back into Kalonji's side of the pitch here, but it's going to go out and it's going to be a throw here for Kalonji. Carr. Big throw. The Rovers going to come with, and that's going to a little bit of back and forth. Now we get another call here.
Offsides. It looks like the backline Kalonji holds firm. And you're starting to feel Rovers, they're trying to lean into their main strategy, and that's just outwork the opposition. They're trying to turn this into a track meet, but look at that on the far side.
Beautiful. Sumo, can he get to it? Jeffrey comes out and able to clear that. Strong clear with authority by Jeffrey.
Okay, we see you, Jeffrey. That is a clutch clearance. Sumo looking to be clear on that far side, and we were very critical the last time we saw a Rovers goalkeeper on this broadcast. Yeah. And that's one where if you're going to come out for that ball, you better make contact with no fear and
exactly.
Big ups.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's showing no fear there was Jeffrey, because when you see Anthony Sumo coming down with a head of steam like that, that's a formidable sight, and he went out there and got that clearance.
Duran will be receiving another yellow card for Rovers. That makes us three on the night here.
Now.
32 minutes into the game. Rovers don't have that many substitutes. And given that we are starting the game like this, I would be very, very, very worried if I'm the Rovers coaching staff for the possibility for some second yellows to start coming out.
And quite frankly, the Rovers don't have much goodwill right now either, Steve.
Oh, they have negative. If they look at the referee the wrong way, they're about to get sent off. But that's how you want it. You want a referee who is going to not take guff at some point. Should some calls before probably been a bit harsher than they were with the particular handball? Maybe. But the referee is doing his damnedest to take control of this game.
Dothma going to send it in on the free kick here. Nazario now is 50-50 ball here with Kalonji, and the ball is going to go out of play. And it's going to be a throw here for the Rovers. Here in the 34th minute now. 1-1 is our score. Rovers struck first. And then not too long after that, Kalonji able to tie the game on a PK. And that's where we stand right now. Carr with the throw in here for Kalonji. And the ball's going to go out of bounds here. Quanco losing it out of bounds. Actually went off a Rovers player. Oh,
that's a free kick.
A free kick here. They call a penalty. Now, Carr sends in long. Anthony Sumo's there. Can't get it, but there's that player swing. Oh, Sumo tried to get a shot off. Knocked off his feet with Sumo, but no call. Now, Quanco trying to work around his defender, so it was poked away and out by the Rovers defense. But Carr will throw in here for Kalonji for the home team. Quanco now with a sea of red around him. And in the box, nice shot attempt. Just goes just wide. on the far post here on the right side.
Deem has some curve to those shots, not only with that free kick, but also looking for that outside to inside kind of shot in here. Throws the ball to the touchline, able to bounce us back, takes the step, if he gets that just a little bit further to left and maybe a little bit higher, he can bend that right over top of the keeper, putting Kalonji profile up 2-1, but Rovers are saved for now.
Yeah, Wilfred showing a strong foot tonight so far, Stephen. Meanwhile, we have another whistle.
I have no idea what that one's for.
But they're going to drop it back here. They're going to let Jeffrey handle this one.
Improper goal kick? I suppose he might have been, just as you saw right there, he might have been out of the box.
Yeah. So we'll do it again here. And sends it long here. 50-50 ball at midfield now. And another whistle here. So the center ref keeping a tight lid on things here, Stephen.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I mean, I think one thing that we may have missed last time out with the Rovers is consistent, early, and very strong input from the referee. Ball played back, and what is going on?
Again, we have another whistle, another stoppage in play. And it looks like we're going to have Rovers take it here. Throw in here. Looking for Nazario. He has it. Now Rovers on the left side with possession. They're going to send it into the center now. But nicely headed away by Kalonji. And now Sumo tried to start to break out here. Got knocked down and out of play. Starting to get dark here. The lights on here at Shiloh Community Stadium here in Snellville for this Georgia Premier Division matchup.
Ooh. Very aggressive tackle coming in from Montero.
Rosario now is going to come away with it. He's on the right side now, trying to move around his man. And he's taken down.
No, never.
Nope, no call. No call. Rovers wanted a call, but they don't get it.
Watch for this to get a little bit out of control. That's 2 heavy tackles in a row.
And now we have another player going down.
Okay, that was weak as well.
And the referee says, nope, not buying that one. Now here come the Rovers now, down the right side. Into the middle, but no red there. And Kalonji's able to clear. Sumo now losing the ball. Rovers are going to pick it up here. Trying to find Nazario in the middle. He's trying to work around his man, but cannot. But he's still fighting for the ball. Kalonji now. Still having to backtrack here. Now putting on some pressure is the Rovers. Now working their way out now. They're trying to, is Kalonji. Sumo now with the ball here on the right side. He's going to send it back over. He's got Carr on the left side, but he elects to go long in the center here. It's going to go longer than anyone here. Rovers going to pick it up. And it's going to be headed back to the goalkeeper, Jeffrey, for the Rovers.
Yeah, very impressive that nobody picked up a card in that whole series of events, but we'll take it for now. As we are now in the dying minutes of the first half. Kalonji 1, Rovers 1. Rovers are trying to bait them out here. They're trying to get them to come into their offensive third and free up some space in the midfield.
All right, long side here in the middle now, working out in the middle is Christopher now. Trying to charge down through the middle.
Yeah,
the Rovers, they were dispossessed. Now we have another whistle.
Hits the referee. It's going to be a drop ball. And you're seeing Rovers are trying to build up through the mid portion of the field. When they get nice and tight together, they're finding the triangles. They're finding the quick 1-2-3 work-throughs. A few dissatisfied shouts coming out from the pitch. Bomeo is just absolutely playing such a lurking poacher's position tonight. Really just trying to capitalize on any mistake from Kalonji.
Ball sent forward back in to Kalonji's defensive third there, but they have possession here. And they'll drop back a little bit. Now they'll move it over to Carr here on the left side. But he's going to have to retreat. He's going to send it back to the goalkeeper. He's going to send it forward. but not past midfield as the Rovers are able to keep it. Now they'll have to retreat. And Jeffrey will clean that up here, and he's going to send it now.
Pavlovsky finds himself in a number 9's position. Very interesting to see out of the holding midfielder. Just absolutely chases that ball from end to end. The truest definition of a box-to-box. Going to be called for Rovers. Kalonji are really not happy about that. I would be really careful about some dissent calls coming out here shortly.
Yeah, Sumo dramatically drops to his knees there.
You just can't believe it.
For that call. But nonetheless, Rovers will get the throw here. In the 41st minute now. All knotted up here at 1. Shouldn't have too much of a stoppage time to speak of, Stephen. We haven't had really any delays whatsoever, except for the PK. So maybe a few minutes, but not much stoppage time.
No, I mean, typically the first half's usually about 1 to 3 minutes. I wouldn't be shocked if we got anything beyond that. If we need to make up, we'll put it in the second half. It's typically how we like to run in this league. Kalonji very far out. Going to be looking to drop this one just into the box.
And they send it in now. It's headed in towards the center. Kalonji with it. Around to see red here. Pavlovsky now chips it forward, but it's going to be chipped out of play by the Rovers. So we're going to set up here. We'll give Kalonji a late chance here.
Yeah, speaking of which, let's take a look at this replay for Kalonji. Works the ball just into the top of the box area. Really just can't get it out from feet. Pavlovsky does take a bit of a heavy first touch. Isn't able to get that ball down the right side. Interesting decision from the defender for Rovers. It likes to go for the touchline clearance, and that'll give Kalonji a chance for this. Looks to be a outswinger coming across.
Right footed here, comes in, into the box it goes. And trying to get ahead on this Kalonji. Knocked straight up in the air here by the Rovers defense. Now at the feet of Aquanco. Aquanco's taken down. And there's the whistle.
He's on a yellow. Figueroa's got to be real careful. I don't think it's malicious, but I think he is being told that is your last warning. As that's just a very lazy attempt. Here's on the replay, trying to clear that ball away. Doesn't go outside the box. And Kalonji, they are just bigger. Very poor leg. Might count himself lucky to not be getting the second yellow just yet, but oh, and here's our man.
Yeah, right outside the box here now.
Can be number 25.
Golden opportunity here.
He's looked dangerous on
He has.
every shot he's had from this position.
All right, he's got to get by too many. He does, and there's another hard shot that curves, but just too high this time. And over the top bar. This will be a goal kick here for Rovers in the waning moments here of the first half. All knotted up at 1 in this UPSL Georgia Premier Division matchup. You win and you're in the playoffs here. Important matchup for both teams tonight.
Yeah.
Again, getting a jump start to this Week 11 here on a Tuesday night special here, presented to you by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Yeah, we can see that free kick once again, and unfortunately just puts it too far wide. Tries to curl into that back corner, and on that angle, that'll go in every day, but you got to put it on goal. But like you said, 15 points is going to be the cutoff line if you want to get into the playoffs today. Kalonji, 1 point removed from that.
Now finds the ball at his feet. He's looking nice pass in. He's onside, no flag. Guerrero sends it back in. There's a shot, but the defense is there to deflect it away. But still, Rovers maintaining control here. Looking for a go-ahead goal here. And there we got another man down here for this time for the Rovers. Foul is called.
Yeah, that's Montero getting knocked down on the ball there. The initial through ball coming from Mbomio out to Guerrero almost spills a great opportunity. Very heavy touch there. Gets played back out. Heavy touch once again. Montero wins the ball. Don't think it's anything too malicious from the Kalonji side, but that is going to be a free kick in a rather dangerous position. That really is a sweet spot. Far enough from the goalkeeper that you can really get a ball to dip down below a wall while also short enough that you can really put some power. Yeah, this ball just goes too wide. Guerrero drifts into this position. If that ball's a little bit more centrally placed, Guerrero gets a one-on-one here with the goalkeeper. But unfortunately, that gets thrown off. Rovers, though, will still look to make the best of this opportunity as we tick into the 45th minute of play.
Oh, yeah, Rovers here with a good chance here to do some damage here, Stephen. We'll see who's going to take it here. Is it Christopher Drawn? No, it's going to be sailed high. Too high. So goal kick here for Kalonji.
Yeah, we'll keep
approaching 45, the 45 right now.
Yeah, we'll take a quick replay at that. Not really a lot to look at, unfortunately. Ball's just skied. You see it a lot here in this league. Everyone tries to get it, over the wall, but then once it's over, how do you get it to dip? That's not quite how. So not able to get it over the wall.
Not a very good attempt there. Not one of his better ones, but Kalonji now sends it long ball down the right, or left side rather, way too far. It's going out of play. Rovers will get a throw here, as we should be near or at stoppage time now. As Steven said, we could get 1 to 3 minutes here, depending. Of course, the official has the time. There's a handball there.
Yeah, it should just be going out of play.
It looked like a handball, but no. Or was it out of play already?
I mean, when it's that close, when it's ricocheting off another player, you really rarely call those, especially if there's no advantage gained on that. Kalonji may be looking for one more opportunity right down the middle of the pitch.
Aquanco now is going to drop it off to the left side. Looks for a man in the middle there, but red jersey there only for Kalonji. And now the Rovers trying to break out. Nazario.
And Bowman is offside.
Chase.
Guerrero taken down. That might be the first yellow card.
And it is.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be awarded to number 2. That is not on our sheet. Number 3, rather. That might be Carr. 3 and 2, they're pretty close.
Yeah. Well,
Look into our replay official.
Mr. Carr.
Maybe we'll get a replay on that.
Here we go.
So, ball played across. Just nobody's home for Kalonji. Rovers played down this right side very quickly. Guerrero, great touch around. Yeah, that's number 3, Carr. Oh, he just goes for that late lunge. Very silly because Mbombe is actually offsides.
All right, free kick sent into the box. It's going to be headed away by Kalonji. Now Kalonji trying to break out. There's Anthony Sumo on the right side now charging down.
Last chance.
And he's looking to find an open man here. And he's going to take a shot from distance, and it's going to go wide again. So Anthony Sumo's been off the mark tonight on his shots, Stephen.
Yeah. It hasn't exactly been covering himself in glory, as I fully expect that the time takes to retrieve this ball will bring us in stoppage time. We really see the disconnect in the Kalonji attack. The problem is they just put everyone forward. When Sumo cuts back in, there's no room here. The holding midfielder from Rovers is able to pick up the extra man. Nobody up front's making a move, and then it just looks like the legs and the midfielders for Kalonji, they're either A, being told to hold back, or B, they're just too tired. And without that late run, that inverted wing, it's just not going to do a lot.
All right, so we have goal kick here for the Rovers. Send it off to the right side. It's going to go out, and Rovers are going to have possession here. Will they be able to do something here before the whistle? We'll see.
That's where money's on. No.
Ramos is going to throw it in here. Is there enough time? He's going to send it looking for Nazario. It's going to be headed away and out of play. And just looking for that whistle any moment now. Yeah, Aquanco taking his time retrieving that ball for the Rovers.
Yeah, Guerrero will launch one in here, but I struggle to understand why we have more than 3 minutes of stoppage time.
All right, into the box it goes, headed forward. And Kalonji trying to break out here. And they're finally able to do so. They get it past midfield, but a Rovers player is right there to come back in. And time's a ticking. We'll see if they can get to playoff. There's into the box it goes. It's going to be headed away by Kalonji. Rovers still with a nice shot. Oh, that's way off.
I mean, they do get in at least in the direction of the goal. I struggle to understand why we have 4 minutes of stoppage time in the first half here. But I think that both teams really are just checked out. These aren't great chances coming back and forth. It's that kind of schoolyard 90th minute. Everyone just try to take a shot at this point. Maybe something will go in.
Yeah, they're all looking for the whistle right now here too, Stephen, I think.
Pretty sure the only one who isn't right now is the referee. Come on, blow the whistle.
I mean, we don't see too many night games here this late in the UPSL. So it could have been a long day for some of these gentlemen out here who are students or ones who have jobs. But still we play on, Stephen.
We're just getting all 90 minutes done at once. Ooh, very aggressive challenge.
Right. No call there. All right, here we go. Giving chase is Kalonji.
As we now enter the 5th minute of stoppage time, referee is checking his watch.
He's not on Central Standard Time, is he? No, apparently. Finally, we get the whistle here. And that will do it for the first half, folks. Here in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division matchup tonight between Kalonji Pro Profile and Atlanta Rovers FC. We are tied up at 1. Steven, what are your thoughts of the first half?
Yeah, really uninspired defense both ways. Nobody has really found any worthwhile chances that have been caused by an opposition mistake. So sometimes, a war of attrition is just what you get here. But I got to say, this may quickly turn into a war of the yellow cards as we go into the half with 4 yellows and a hotly passionate match here. And looking at the standings once again, just to remind you, 15 points is the cutoff line. If you want to be in the playoffs tonight, that's where you got to get. Kalonji also still trying to keep their championship hopes alive. A win here would keep them in that hunt. Atlanta Rovers, unfortunately for them, have already been eliminated from that battle. But a win here tonight would bring them into the playoffs with a guaranteed seed there.
And a draw would put Kalonji in the playoffs as well, as that's where we're at right now, 1-1 tie. Well, that will do it for us in the first half here. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the second half of this exciting ASMG presented UPSL Georgia division matchup. We'll see you in a few minutes, folks.
People who come to cricket, stay with cricket.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great.
Cricket has allowed me to stay connected and really just enjoy a little bit more of that travel lifestyle.
The reliability that I've had with Cricket, for me personally, is unmatched, and that's why I stick with them.
From affordable service to the latest 5G phones, Cricket has something for everyone. Smile, you're on Cricket.
And welcome back, soccer fans, to UPSL Georgia Premier Division action, Week 11, Tuesday night edition here. My name is John Reno alongside color analyst Steven Johnson here. Kalonji Pro Profile hosting Atlanta Rovers FC in a makeup match here tonight. Both teams looking for a victory tonight would secure them a spot in the playoffs. 1-1 tie we're looking at here. Goals by, first goal was scored by Nazario Mbomio. And then we had a PK goal by Patrick Okwanko. Steven, what do you see going on here in the second half as we look at the table?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that technically a win for either team will get them in the playoffs. Kalonji actually can get through on a draw. However, Kalonji, they want to come back in this league with a bang. They're looking to go for the title. And the only way, with the matches they currently have in hand, to do that is to finish the season perfect. So they got to come out and they got to score something here tonight. I think on average have looked more decisive going forward, but that's a low bar tonight because I don't think Rovers or Kalonji have really impressed going forward. It's been a very defensively minded game with both teams. I think really there have been more goals given than there really have been goals earned here tonight.
Yeah, Steven, I certainly agree with that. And you were mentioning here about Kalonji wanting to come back here and reclaim their crown here, and I know that Bruno would love to do that. I saw him on the sidelines here giving some animated instruction to his team at halftime here. You know he wants it in his return to the UPSL Georgia Premier Division. But the second half is getting ready to get underway here. Any moment now as the teams are walking back onto the pitch. Kalonji Pro Profile in their white home kits are going to be going from left to right on your screen, and the Atlanta Rovers FC will be going from right to left. And it was kind of a spirited first half here. We had some yellow cards dished out here. Steven, why don't you tell us about those?
Yeah, I mean, we also got to keep our eyes open. I don't know if there are any halftime substitutions, but so far Rovers racking up 3 yellow cards. 1 to Mateus, 1 to Figueroa, and then 1 to Duran. So 2 midfielders and 1 defender already. And given that this is still a dead even matchup, I would be shocked if this game doesn't become more spirited as we get to the end. So Rovers going to be real careful with who they keep out on the pitch and what they're going to be doing because, as we mentioned, these players for Rovers have really used up all of their, goodwill with the referee at this point. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a different color card by the end of the night.
And the center ref keeping a tight lid on things, calling it close here. He's very mindful of what happened in the Rovers game this past weekend here. But we are underway now. And Kalonji with the ball here, and they're going to retreat back in their zone. There's Mbamio. He's been all over the field tonight for the Atlanta Rovers. And now he's got another chance here, but the goalkeeper's going to come out there, scoop that up here.
His feet went over that line, but I think he just barely kept the ball behind. He's got to be careful because that was very nearly a very silly free kick given away. I wouldn't be shocked if Rovers were actually starting us up here with a few substitutions to come out of the gates. They've got a high press going on, and knowing that they've got 3 guys they basically need to sub off. Hey, let's use up what they got in the tank and see if we can't strike early here.
Yeah, if there have been any subs to come in or not, we'll keep you apprised of that, but
never. Yeah, Figueroa kind of just runs into Dafma in the back for Kalonji. I'll be straight. Dafma was just standing there. He did have the elbow kind of extended, but he didn't really move. And
so it looks like we do see someone coming in here for the Rovers here to start the second half. And actually, no, that was Figueroa. Never mind.
Well, he's still out here. We'll
never
cherish,
call that.
We'll cherish him as we have him.
Yes. So, nonetheless, ball back in play at midfield or the Rovers, and they're going to try and send it deep in here.
Yeah, the Rovers still look like such a different team than they were originally. Jim and Yoel really haven't seen a lot of him tonight. And still not going to be seeing too much of him. But typically what Rovers like to do is they like to just have these long periods of possession with 5 members getting up to that front line. But tonight they've really just been doing nothing but playing over the top. And, Mbomio's a great poaching striker. He's got the legs, he's got the speed, he's got the finishing capability as we saw with the first goal of the night. But I just don't think it's really what Rovers do best. I think that midfield just being kind of left to dry right now.
Yep. Now they come away with the throw here now. Moving down into defensive third. There's Mbomio again on the right side here. Looking to get around his man. Cannot. But the ball is going to go out, and possession will stay with the Rovers here. They'll get a throw here. And the opening salvo here, the second half here, 1-1 is our score here. Important matchup tonight.
Yeah, big implications for this matchup. As you mentioned before, win for Rovers would lock them into playoffs. They can't win the title, but they can, of course, qualify for the postseason. Kalonji need a win to keep their title aspirations alive.
And there's a shot on frame there. Save is made.
It looks like it was a bit more of a driven cross. Doesn't quite find its way to the other side, and good hands from Henry to keep Kalonji solid at the back. Ever since their first mistake, which, of course, gave Mbomio that very simple tap-in, essentially, goal, they've looked solid in the back, but right as I say that, very sloppy play from the wing-backs, or from the fullbacks, rather, gives away an easy ball.
Yep, curse of the announcers there, Stephen. Throw in here for the Rovers. As Knight has fallen here. Anthony Sumo now is going to come away with it. He's going to move into the inside here into the center. And he's going to drop it back here. And Mbomio again giving chase. And Sumo falling down, trying to control that touch. Rovers will come away with it. And they'll reset here, drop it back.
Yeah, I got to wonder how much really is left in the tank from Sumo. He's practically been their one-stop shop for this offense. And it's really just been rely on Sumo to make something happen. Unfortunately, he hasn't netted them anything beyond that PK so far.
Yeah, Sumo able to maneuver himself in and get a few shots off, but he hasn't really been able to get a good shot on the goal, though. And thus he's still looking.
He's searching.
All right, so now Rovers here on the left side. Poked away there by Kalonji player, and it's going to stay with. Oh no, Kalonji's going to get it now.
Now Jimmy Noel just once again shut down on this left wing. He's definitely, it seems like he's been pushed outside of the front three, so he's being forced to play out of a much deeper position, and I don't know if that's really suited him so far.
Now Kalonji captain Dachman now with the ball. He's going to send it long. Forward ahead by the Rovers. Across midfield. And here we go. Off to the right side now. That'll be Christopher Ramos now. Trying to work it in here. But Kalonji hanging tough. Battling in the corner along the side. Kalonji's going to come away with it.
Desperate plays there from Montero as he's dispossessed.
And now here comes Sumo.
Ooh.
Tried to poke it through. A couple Rovers players there almost did it. But Pawlowski with the ball again. And now the Rovers going to retreat, send it back to the goalkeeper, Joffrey. He's got a man on him. He's going to send it long around midfield. Kalonji players there to take it down, but dispossessed here. Rovers try to come away with it. It's going to send back the other way now. Now Sumo along the sideline. Battling. Sumo tough to handle here, but he does lose the ball here. And the Rovers find themselves at midfield again here, trying to move down in some space now. Was the Rovers, but just a pass that did not go to anybody. Kalonji comes away with it.
Rovers trying to find a little bit more time for Montero on the ball. He's the creative force that they've really been lacking here tonight. If they can get him some more room, maybe he can find a way to thread this defense for Kalonji, but Kalonji are just outworking, out-physicaling these guys off the ball.
Yeah, Kalonji, they've always had a big physical team here, and they use that to their advantage. Oh, Sumo now trying to work it forward. There's a nice through ball there. Can he get a shot off? He can. And Jeffrey coming out of the goal here to deflect it high. That ball had a chance, but Jeffrey, nice play on his part to come out and get some hands on that ball.
Yeah, that looked like White, who gets on the end of this, comes from that midfield position, looks to be playing more of that attacking midfield. Really good pass forward by Suma. Yeah, that's White, who just finds the space between the two center backs. White is just taking first-time shots. I don't know if that's going to give you the best chance, but that's probably one of the better chances that Kalonji have found here tonight. Really good ball through, and all of a sudden, these defenses, they're starting to show some chinks in the armor as the corner kick comes across.
And now Camden with a strong foot tonight. He's going to send it into the box, and it's going to be headed forward by the Rovers. And Kalonji now will find themselves back at midfield. And Balmio again forcing the issue there at midfield, but Kalonji having to retreat once more. And again, Nazario Mbamio giving chase. Very active for the Rovers tonight. There's a long ball attempt there. It's going to be short. It's going to be handled here by the Rovers. Yeah, the Rovers dispossessed. Now here comes Sumo down on the right side. Charging towards the goal. He's going to send it in the middle here, but oh, no one there for Kalonji, and it's cleared by the Rovers defense.
Yeah, you just get this feeling that Kalonji, they're starting to build up to something, and there's another dispossession.
Kalonji imposing their will now here on the Rovers here at the start of the second half. Sumo now with the ball on the right side. Once again, takes a move into and tried to send it into the middle again, but this time knocked away again, once more by the Rovers defense.
Yeah, very spirited backline here. Sumo able to find that room down the right side. White's not quite finding a supportive position. And that late run coming across as Kim Dim trying to backfill and be that attacking midfielder that's that pullback opportunity. Kalonji, they're still a little bit disconnected on how do we actually find the back of the net here, but they're figuring out how to get into the offensive third of Rovers. And it was Kalonji that we were worried about, having the weak legs coming into this, having the very heavy schedule. But right now they are outworking Rovers.
Yeah, so the talk that Coach Bruno had with his team have lit a fire here in Kalonji
it lit
to
something.
start the half here. So here we go. Camden now with a strong foot sends it in. Oh, headed forward, but
yeah, it looks like
Jeffrey able to scoop it up here.
Sumo kind of goes over the top of the defender.
Yeah.
It looks like it's all level. He tries to go through the defender. Unfortunately, that's not really how physics work. So, spirited attempt, but Rovers, I think they've really got to be counting their lucky stars to be in the position they are right now and still level on points. I mean, Kalonji have absolutely dominated the beginning of the second half, and something's going to have to change for Rovers if they want to keep here. Because remember, like you said, this is the game that could net them a guaranteed spot in playoffs.
Yeah, if they do not win tonight, they might leave the door open here for Club the Strongest Atlanta, the Los Tigres.
Yeah, Los Tigres they do have a game in hand over Los Tigres and a point.
Here's a long ball here for Sumo. He's going to be able to catch up to it. He's looking for someone in the middle now. Trying to move around his man, moves in the center, and again, it just takes a wild shot.
Yeah,
way high and wide.
He's not left-footed.
No.
He really just tries to kind of like lift that ball over, and it looks like is starting to figure out where he can come on this late run. I think Sumo's just so used to nobody being in this top of midfield position. He cuts in. He's asking for the ball at his feet, but he's just surrounded by players. I'm not sure if it's the right call. I'm not sure if it's the wrong call, but all I know is that Kalonji, they're still searching for the goal, but they just can't find it yet.
Yeah, and now back to live action here. Rovers now trying to get something going here in the second half, but have been thwarted so far by Kalonji, but they'll get a throw here. Approaching the 56th minute here, all knotted up 1-1. UPSL Georgia Premier Division action, Tuesday night special here, kicking off week 11 for you all. Presented to you by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group. My name's John Reed, alongside color analyst Steven Johnson. And we got a good one going here, folks. Win and you're in for these two teams tonight.
Yeah, more importantly, keep in mind, Kalonji, only way to stay in the title race is to win. They are on the outside looking in, but at least they still have a seat at the table as it goes. Rovers, I think they'd be happy with the draw here, honestly. They still have a game in hand over Club the Strongest Atlanta, and yes, they would like to secure the playoff berth tonight. You know, like you mentioned, a win would do that. But biggest rivals right now are Atlanta City and Club the Strongest. Club the Strongest are a game behind and a point behind. So a draw here tonight would put Rovers onto decision day with a 2-point lead. Looks like we might be getting our first substitution here of the night, and that is a white kit number 8 coming on here for Kalonji. We'll have to see who the substitution is for.
All right, there's a kick in the middle here, sent back out, but kept in. Atlanta Rovers now trying to make something happen here, but again, tested strongly by Kalonji, and they're going to break out of their zone here, look to break out, and they will. And Mr. Sumo here on the left side now. Charging forward with a head of steam. He's going to take a long shot from distance, trying to catch the goalie napping far out of the goal, but it's going to go high and over the goal.
That is quite a poor attempt. Kalonji profile looks to be subbing in number 6, who we do not have on our roster. Options do include, it could be Mark Banu, it could be Jabari Watson, and it could be Derek Botang. We'll see who comes out, and maybe that gives us a bit of an indication as to who they're filling in for. Looks to be coming out of the midfield. That might be White.
Is that Sumo coming off?
No, they wouldn't take Sumo off right now. Yeah, I see Sumo. He's number 7. Sumo's still in the top of the field.
Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the other player with the pink shoes. Never mind.
All right, well, narrowing down our options. It is not Derek coming off the pitch. Oh, just scroll right. Who are you? Number 14's coming off.
Quanko.
Quanko, who does have the 1 goal on the night.
Yeah,
it was a PK. And to be fair, questionable, effectiveness. So if I'm going to have to guess, I'm going to have to say that might be Jabari Watson coming into the game as a forward. And as there is nobody here from Rovers tells we're wrong, Kalonji tells we're wrong, we're going to keep going with it.
All right. Ball sent towards the goal. Joffrey's going to handle it. He's going to throw it out to his teammates up ahead. But again, Kalonji coming back. Have the ball. And the player just came on here. We'll say his name is Watson for now. Ball goes off him, so throw in here for the Rovers.
I'll be curious what instructions he's been given, especially because Okonkwo hasn't been a very effective part of the attack thus far. Will he be that late run the team needs? He's hanging off the right wing.
Oh, there's a nice
Oh!
but offside, though, I think. Nope.
Yeah, no, it was offsides.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see in that build-up once again. I was kind of wondering how the front 3 would move around with Watson coming in. He's at the very bottom of your screen. Looks to be playing either a right winger or maybe a right midfield position. Ball comes back. Ninja karate kick through. Yeah, that's a mile offsides.
But that was a very nice pass, though. But
it was a nice pass and a very nice header attempt, but less nice positioning.
Just ahead of the play.
Looks like that may not be the only substitution we see just yet. Looks like number 28 is queuing up here on the sidelines. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have that number. As we said, we do have a few options for who that could be coming in. We do have Derek Botang still, and we do have Mark Banu.
We'll see who comes off.
Indeed we will.
But live action underway here once more. Rovers
just give that
still
ball
looking
away.
to get something going here in this second half. It's been pretty much all Kalonji. But now they find themselves in their own defensive third here with some pressure here by the Rovers. And Bomeo now once again forcing the issue with the goalkeeper.
Heavy press
Henri.
coming through.
And ball's going to go out. And Rovers will maintain possession here or get possession.
All right.
Now we'll see who's coming off here for Kalonji.
Mystery number 28 coming onto the pitch.
And just looking to see, looks like number 25 there for Kalonji
Come down.
came off.
Yeah. I mean, he's had the most shots on goal. To be fair, it's not been a phenomenal night for him.
But he has had that strong foot for him. But meanwhile, here goes a charge down here on the right side. He holds up, looks for a moment, looks for Pavlovsky, but he shoots it wide of the goal.
I think that may have taken a deflection. We could be in for a corner kick. And it seems that we are.
So it did go off the Rovers play here, and they will get another corner here. Kalonji pro profile here.
Okay, we're going to make another prediction for you, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that is Botang coming into the game. Would make sense once again, forward replacing a forward. So Botang number, 26?
Number 26.
Wait, 26 is Forster.
All right, corner sent high in the
28.
box here Tried for a kickoff in the air here, but not able to get a good foot on here. But now Rovers trying to break out. And Rovers player goes down. They will call a foul here.
Yeah, Jimmy Noel taken out. Gets the call and then argues with the referee, so thinks that should have been potentially a bit more of a call. As we mentioned, Jimmy Noel's definitely been forced into a bit of a deeper position than he's used to. Hasn't really been able to contribute much to the attacking movements just yet. But this will be the best offensive opportunity the Rovers have had in the half.
Yeah, Jair Figueroa now is going to take this free kick here, but he's a bit far out here, but nonetheless, they're going to send it into the box on the right side. Ball's going to go out of play. And we'll see a goal kick here for Kalonji. Into the 64th minute here. Still 1-1 is our score. If the score holds up, Kalonji will secure themselves a spot in the playoffs, but they would like a win so they can keep their regular season championship hopes alive. Now ball at midfield. Pavlovsky now with the ball. He's going to charge down the middle here. He's going to drop it off to on the left side. He's given some space here. He's going to move in now, tries to get around his man, but it's poked away here by the Rovers defense. And now he has to deal with two men here in the corner and loses the ball now. And Rovers try to break out now.
And White really showing the main.
Oh, my goodness. There's a shot from way out and hits it looked like it hit the goalpost.
What a shot. Best effort we've seen on the night. If that hit the post, that just barely touched it. Curious if the goalkeeper got a hand to it all. I was going to say White kind of emphasizing that, Kalonji are a bunch of individuals right now. They're not playing together. Rips a shot from distance. Yeah, I think it just, without goalkeeper touch, I think it just barely nicks off that outside bar. So,
it definitely hit the bar. We heard it hit the bar. So what an attempt there.
What a stunner of a shot. Who was that?
Out of nowhere.
Was that Boateng?
Yeah, almost at 2-1
Yeah, it looks like it was Boateng. It looks like they've also moved Sumer into the middle of the pitch. Makes sense as he's really been the main creative force. They want him to be the one leading the line. And potentially now, moving from inside to outside gives you more opportunities than outside to inside.
Here we go again. Jeffrey having to come way out of the goal here to knock that ball away from a charging Kalonji player. But now Kalonji still applying the pressure here, looking strong in this second half, all the second half. Coach Bruno really lit a fire under them. Now trying to maneuver in here. He's got really nowhere to go, and his ball's poked away here by the Rovers.
Yeah, but here's what's happening is Rovers do win that throw, and as I mentioned, it's just a bunch of individuals right now. They're not combining for anything. It's one guy's trying to take on the defense, and if that doesn't work, hope another guy gets there. So Kalonji are good. I don't know if their attacking players are that good just yet, and it's going to be a long 25 minutes, plus stoppage times. We've had some liberal applications of that as of late, and see how long we're going. Rovers do look to be queuing up their first substitution of the night, though.
All right, there's a shot, or pass rather, cross into the middle. It's going to go off to the other side and going to go out of play here. And looks like Pavlovsky is retrieving it here, so you would imagine that's going to stay with.
All right, Cervantes seems to be coming into the game.
All right, so Cervantes will going to come in for the Rovers here. Looks like they could be their first substitution.
Yeah, I would be shocked if it wasn't their last. Looks like William is also queuing up on the sideline. Don't know if he's going to be going in just yet. But this will really be telling whether Rovers are looking to make defensive changes or whether they're looking to go for a goal themselves.
All right, so that was Nick Huberti coming out for the Rovers. Live action resumes here. And the Rovers going to drop it back here. And then Barrio trying to recreate his first goal there, trying to take a steal away, but not able to this time. The Rovers now need to get something going here. Oh, there's a Looks like a player got caught in the face with something, but it was along the sidelines. I don't think the referee really saw it. Now offside here on Kalonji Pro Profile. I don't know if we have a replay of that or not.
Yeah, we'll see it right here as 2 substitutions get ready to come on. He was making him move down that left side. It looks like that lazy backhand may have just got him across the face. Once again, it's not a malicious hand-to-face kind of thing. Reckless, you may have a bit more of a case for, but for now, it will just be dealt by with a free kick. Amako for Kalonji looks to be queuing up, as well as Williams from Rovers.
All right, now, Rovers now. Long ball, 50-50 ball. It's going to be headed up in the air. And Bomio for the Rovers was there, but it's going to be taken away here. Here comes Anthony Sumo now down on the left side, charging ahead. And he tries to cross and find a man here, but it's going to go out of play.
And once again, good individual play, but when they try to connect, it just lets them down.
It's a little bit off, but you got to think, though, if they keep pressing like they are, they're eventually going to break through here, Steve.
It looks like substitution. It looks to be number 18 coming off the pitch for Rovers. Or that might be 19. That might be Duran. Yep, so that's going to be yellow carded. Duran coming off the pitch. Williams subbing into his place. Monaco coming into the game. Looks like the substitutes, the guy coming off is slow walking over here to the bench. We'll update you on who that is fairly shortly here. 5 substitutions so far taken in this game. Still have all the yellow cards on the pitch at the moment. Mateus, Figuero, Duran, and Carr all still being on the pitch.
So Nicholas Amawako here in for...
That's White coming off for Kalonji. So that's going to be White subbing off. Amako coming on.
All right, so play at midfield, trying to thread it through there to Sumo, but it's going to be intercepted by the Rovers. And Rovers at midfield. But again, losing possession of the ball. There's a long ball attempt. It's not going to find the mark, but Kalonji did get it back, and it's going to be sent out by Rovers, so it'll be throw here for Kalonji.
And look at how big Kalonji are making this pitch. They're looking for the direct ball every time, so there's not enough time for Rovers to really clamp down and play that small-sided midfield that they want to.
All right, throw in here by Kalonji. And again, to the ball first is a white jersey at midfield now. And again, Mbomio giving chase. The goal scorer for Rovers. Been very active tonight for his team. Here comes Sumo now. Fighting off a defender. He's going to take a cross in, and he's got a man, and just goes over the goal. Oh, my goodness. Kalonji knocking on the door, just cannot buy a goal right now.
You got to feel that one's coming. Bit of poor execution here at the end. Great ball in from the wing here. That's Sumo, who not only holds off some very aggressive challenges from Ramos here on that left wing. Yeah, it looks like he just tries to hit that on the volley. Kalonji just can't quite get the full. Amako, who just recently came on as substitution for White. Looks to me to be the new midfielder who's breaking forward. I mean, it's looking good, but you still got to put it in the back of the net.
Kalonji does get a corner out of it, and outside in. Into the box it goes, and knocked away. Giving chase is Kalonji. He's going to let it roll out of bounds here so he can throw. And they're going to get a different man in here to make the throw here. Maybe to throw it deep. We'll see. Nope. Not too deep, but taken away. And Mbomio.
He just can't get on the ball.
No. Kalonji now working over to the right side. Now moving into the middle now. Leaves a nice pass, little give and go attempt there, but the Rovers are able to break that up.
Good.
But still cannot get out of their side of the pitch here, Stephen. And there's a nice turn there by Kalonji. Set themselves up for, there's a shot attempt from distance right into the defense there.
Nazan to Sumo. Pretty sure that was Sumo who inadvertently blocked his own
offside.
shot. Offsides call. That felt kind of weird for me. Could be. We'd have to check a replay to be sure, but we'll give the officiating crew the benefit of the doubt for sure. I thought that was Sumo who accidentally got in the way of his own team's shot on goal there. Ramos able to clear that, but not far enough.
Here comes Kalonji moving in here. Rovers trying to force him out, and they're able to make him withdraw a bit here, but still Kalonji with dominating possession here in the second half, Stephen. Polonsky's now going to send it in the middle.
Yeah, but it's not about having possession. It's what you can get done with it, and it's going to take a moment of brilliance for Kalonji to get through here.
All right, so now they have the ball here on the right side now, trying to, there's a left foot pass attempt across the box, but it's going to be intercepted by the Rovers. But now Kalonji comes away. There's a shot from distance that's going to trickle wide of the goal there.
Yeah, we finally do get a chance to replay. Let's see what's been queued up for us here. Yeah, it looks like replay on that last attempt. Many members streaking forward, but yeah, the eyes just don't go up to who's making the runs.
Yeah, you're right. They did go off Sumo.
He just nails Sumo. One of the best shots of the night, and unfortunately, it's a member of Kalonji who deflected. I mean, if that doesn't summarize how Kalonji have played together as a team tonight, I don't know what will. And you're going to see another replay here. Clearance away. Pavlotsky looks for the rainbow flick over. Doesn't quite find it. Winded up the shot. Takes a few touches. Yeah, tries to go for a low shot. Not enough speed on it and not enough position. 17 coming onto the pitch for Rovers. That might be Guerrero coming off as he puts the thing. 3 coming off. That's Ramos coming off.
That's Brandon, number 17 for the Rovers. And we got a whistle here. Player down for the Rovers. Immediately, one of his teammates come over to take a 10 to him a bit here.
Yeah.
Now there's a discussion here with the referee of what actually transpired.
Yeah, and you can feel we had those very tense moments.
And we get another yellow card issued here.
But to who? That looked like...
Yeah, our attention was drawn away here on the replay there, and when play got quickly underway.
Who's the captain for
whistle.
Kalonji?
But here's the replay nonetheless.
It looked like it was going to an armband, so I believe that was a captain for Kalonji on the back line.
Well,
Maybe
Dafma.
Dafma. Yeah. Yeah, I think he... Oh, that should be 18. If that's number 18, I don't know who on earth it would be to, or to number 28. 18, Dante. That should be Dante receiving the yellow card. I'd be baffled if it went to anyone else. That's just a high foot placed into your opponent's face, and that is very not allowed.
A little bit against the rules, right, Stephen?
Just a smidge, I'd say.
All right, so
We do like to protect our players', general faces.
looking for a free kick. He's going to send it long.
They're just sending up a prayer.
50-50 ball forward ahead by Kalonji, but the Rovers trying to get it back in the middle, but again, it's going to be cleared away by the home team. And now the Rovers drop it back to the goalkeeper, Jeffrey. He's going to send it forward here, but again, Kalonji very active getting to most of these loose balls first. We get another call here.
Yeah, just a late challenge coming in from somebody. From someone on Kalonji. It's the ball all the way back. I'll be honest, it's a bit of a hospital pass coming out here from Rovers goalkeeper Joffrey to number 21. You you can't run into a man with his legs up like that. That's Boateng coming in. Probably once again pretty lucky to get away with no card on that one. Guess he is a brand new addition to the match, so maybe given a little bit of wiggle room by the ref. But here's
Here
turnover.
comes a chance for the Rovers coming down.
Look at the far side.
He's able to get around his man, but he's not able to get a shot off.
They just can't do anything going forward.
What was their best chance of the half, Stephen, just not able to get a shot away.
I think you're right. I really wanted to refute you and mention a better chance Rovers had, but you're completely dead on. Rovers, they find the turnover. This just really isn't a team that's built to play direct counterattacking football. Just not quite enough technical prowess out of your front few members. They're a better possession team and then finding a cross once they possess, but hey, a corner kick is also a great way to find something here.
Corner kick, but they only have a couple in the box. Now a couple move in here. But no one there. It's going to be headed out of the box. Rovers trying to keep it in, but Kalonji looking to break out, and they do, but the ball is going to go out of play. I didn't see an indication yet of who will keep that. But someone's going to have to, they're going to ask for another ball because that errant ball just gets a little too far away. So they'll bring in another ball here. So there's going to be a throw here for Kalonji, looks like.
Yep.
Referee's going to back him up as well.
Kalonji, you can tell the intensity that they're bringing. They really not only want this win, they want to stay in the title race. They've got the talent to do so, but this would be the end of the line for them if they can. Sure, they can make playoffs, but the championship, the regular season title, would be out of their grasp with anything less than 3 points here tonight.
And turnover here by Kalonji. Going to be a throw here for the Rovers as we're in the 78th minute now. Starting to get close to crunch time here. All knotted up at 1.
Oh, poor clearance.
Yeah, that was. But unfortunately didn't backfire here on the Rovers. Rovers just not really able to do much at all this half, Stephen. And Kalonji, as we noted, maintaining possession, but they really haven't done much with that possession. Just
beautiful. Beautiful save coming out there from Joffrey. Streaking out of the box into a very dangerous position. If that ball gets past him, that is a goal the other way, no questions about it. But very confident goalkeeper coming out there to keep his team level. We'll see that one more time as the ball just makes it down the left side. And as we've seen 1,000 times, Sumo has the ball in the left wing, flies past his defender. Great choice coming out here for Joffrey. Maybe they in trouble if he's against a team that's a little bit more used to playing that through ball across, but in this situation it works.
Well, he's been pretty solid for him tonight. The only goal coming on a penalty kick. So,
yeah.
Turnover. Called upon, he's been able to turn him away. So, but Kalonji once again trying to come down. The ball's going to go out. We're going to have a quick throw here for Kalonji as we're moving towards the 80th minute here. Can someone find the go-ahead goal here in the final minutes?
Dangerous situation with Mbomio at the bottom of the screen on Pavlotsky. Kalonji, they're just pushing everyone forward. Big ball to the back post.
Not able to handle it, though, but they're going to call offside. Flag goes up.
Kalonji are just creeping further up the pitch. I mean, he did fall over, so it makes sense, but Pavlotsky was the last man back. Everyone else is just streaking up the field. Kalonji, they are trying to spur themselves forward. They're trying to find that goal that would keep them in the title race. But if they can't find something in the next 10 minutes, their seat at the table is gone. Rovers, I think they're looking to play a little bit of a spoiler tonight. Not only would a point be a fine result for them given their recent run of form, but I think they'd be very happy to come into Kalonji's house and deny them any chance at the title.
And the way the second half has gone, I think they would settle for a draw as well.
Oh, a draw would be a stolen point for Rovers completely. They should be over the moon if they manage to take a point away here from the Rovers. Or from Kalonji, rather.
All right, so we had a bit of a stoppage here. We had a player down for the Rovers, but he is up.
I'd be shocked if there's a bit of sportsmanship going on here, or gamesmanship going on. Looks like maybe another substitution queuing up here on the side.
Yeah, looks like we got number 26 here.
Yeah,
looking to come in.
24. 24 coming in for Kalonji. 26 coming in for Rovers. Let's see who's coming off, though. I don't see who came on for... Oh, 24 is already in the game. That's Dante. Or Dicate. Okay, I believe that for number 26, that's number 2, Mateus, who's coming off, who did carry one of the yellow cards, so...
And Quao is in here, number 26 for the Rovers, for the final push here. Now back to live action. Ball headed up in the air. Pavlovsky is going to send it long. Once again, headed up in the air. And there's he's going to break through. There's a chance. No, oh, what a stop! And they're trying a bicycle kick there, but could not pull it off. And oh my goodness, Kalonji with another golden opportunity to take the lead and just not able to break through, Stephen.
What a opportunity, hand delivered to them. Oh, we got to watch that again. So many missed chances, absolutely bobbling this on the back end. Just puts the ball directly at the goalkeeper, winds up for the bicycle kick, and he's forgotten the wheel. Falls to the ground, and oh, you got to be thinking, these are the opportunities that Kalonji that's going to be haunting Kalonji in their nightmares tonight. Yeah. If they are unable to find the go-ahead goal to keep them in this battle.
Went for the highlight goal and just missed it.
I mean, it wasn't even a highlight. Yeah, that was as gimme as a goal. It's a bit tricky because it was off a volley, but that should have been that's a striker's goal every day of the week.
All right, so back to live action here now. Rovers looking to make something happen. Oh, there's a deflection taken off a shin there. He goes down.
No, that's not the shin. That's a little higher up, I believe.
I was being nice, Stephen.
Well, Kalonji certainly weren't.
No. All right, Wonko now. No, it's I think we've all been there at one point, Stephen, and he's
yeah.
We know that hurts.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kalonji. They want to get this game rolling. They know they need every second they possibly need. Was that Guerrero? Who just takes an absolute blast to the stomach. Yeah, I believe that's number 15, Guerrero, for the Rovers. Maybe to the chest area. I wouldn't be shocked if that was one that kind of knocked the wind out of you. Does take a bit to recover.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, okay, that's not a 5 on the back, so that's not Guerrero. Who are you, mystery man?
Looking live and not on the monitor, it looked a little low, but obviously it was not.
Yeah. I mean, it's not malicious there. It is one of those things that just happens sometimes. So good to see him run around. Though I will say, if the Kalonji can be thankful for one thing, it's that this referee is very liberal with his usage of the stoppage time. So
yes, we could get a fair amount of stoppage time based on what we saw in the first half.
Bomio's off to the races.
Bomio now. He's going to get to the ball first. He's going to try and maneuver around. Not really able to. Oh, Henri is going to come way out of the goal here, and he's going to get to it first and scoop it up.
Determined goalkeeping for Henri.
So again, Bomio trying to make do of an opportunity here, just not able to connect here. And Kalonji now. Both teams needing a goal here to take the lead and secure a spot in the playoffs. Now Sumo now. Oh, beautiful pass to the center, and there's a shot, and there's a goal! Finally, Kalonji able to break through here in the 85th minute, and they take a 2-1 lead, and they might just keep their championship hopes alive here for the regular season, Stephen.
The dream goes on. Kalonji would have to make a miracle run, but a miracle begins with a single step. I thought this might have been an offsides call. Oh, it's so close on that far side. Good give and go. Right back to the middle and slotted in as cool as you like. Phenomenal movement up there from the front members of Kalonji to keep them in this game. I'm going to need to check with the team to see exactly who that was scoring that final touch. Sumo looked to be
assist.
Sumo on the assist. It looks like it was number 22. Amako coming on in from that midfield position. Great substitutes contribution. Super sub so far. And that will put Kalonji within striking distance to keep themselves in this race with 2 more games to go. Referee is giving some words. Looks like we might have a substitution. Somebody's down here for Kalonji. I wouldn't be shocked if they're trying to buy a little bit of time off this clock now that they're the ones in the driver's seat.
They say, hey, we got the lead. Let's milk the clock now.
It's crazy how the clock can be your best friend and your worst enemy at the same time.
Exactly,
Number 7 for the Rovers.
But nice go-ahead goal here by Kalonji, Stephen. Anthony Sumo, who was not shy about taking his shots all night, elects to pass this time, made a beautiful pass. And on Wako, he finds the net there. So number 7, Alejandro, coming in for the Rovers here late.
Not sure who
they need a spark here now. They need an equalizer here.
Yeah, a loss here tonight would still keep them with the advantage over strongest, but it's a very tricky spot. They're putting 2 strikers up top, and Bomio's still up there. Now Alejandro.
Yeah, if the Rovers now drop this match now, they could find themselves in a must-win situation next week if Club the Strongest have anything to say about it.
Yeah, it's never a position you want to be in. Obviously, it'd have to be a wild swing in order to turn this 2 goals around, give Rovers the win. But going into next week, I mean, you just want to take care of business this week. You want to at least put yourself in just a very comfortable position going into that last week of play. But you basically change yourself from potentially needing a draw to potentially needing a win to really secure that outcome.
And there, finally, Rovers getting a shot on goal here, but not a very strong attempt. Easily saved by Henri. Now he's going to waste a little time here.
Showing us a little bit of Pickford action, giving himself some time there at the back. Good time management. And it really is funny how the clock can go from being your best friend to your worst enemy just like that. And,
exactly.
And Kalonji are going to be trying to put a head out on that clock.
But you had to have a feeling that, Kalonji just knocking on the door all the second half.
Yeah.
If they would finally break through, you thought that they eventually would, and they did here late now as we're getting in the 88th minute now.
Pavlotsky down on the ground. Looks like he took a hand to the back and to the front of the face by Joel. Jimmy Noel, rather. Another member down. 2 members down in the play, but now here comes Alejandro.
Yeah, play on. And Alejandro coughs up the ball now. Kalonji now trying to break out here.
Both members still down. Play continues.
Now down the right side as Kalonji's charging. He's still able to get around one man, but another second. Takes a tumble and he's down. Wow. And what do we have here, Steven?
That was a very foolish challenge for Rovers. Number 21, I think, gets away with murder. Mox on the right-sided or left-sided defense for him. Probably should be given a free kick for that one, but looks
Pavlovsky coming off, it looks like, and
yeah, he did get hit in the face. I'm not super surprised on that. 27-32, both are checking into the game for Kalonji. This has got to be the night shift. They're just trying to get this one over the line.
Yep, trying to close this out here. So Sumo's night is done after that nice assist he had to give his team the lead. And now we're going to have a corner here for Kalonji.
27-32 checking in here for Kalonji Pro Profile.
And these guys may not even be on our roster at all.
Phenomenal.
Let alone no numbers.
Really is the night crew. Well, we'll have to see.
All right, well, here comes outside in. Going to be headed away by Rovers. But Kalonji's going to win possession back here. Now into the corner. And the ball's going to go out of play here. And Jeffrey's calling for a ball here. He knows time is precious now as we are approaching the 90th minute here.
Oh, that's a card. That is a card.
That was dumb. That was dumb.
I wouldn't be. I think that's just a yellow card. That's definitely a time-wasting card. You just can't boot the ball away from that. That's a bonehead decision. Give him a card right now, referee. There is no other choice. No chance you do not give him a card. I think he's conferring with the referee to confirm identity and confirm intent.
Wow.
That has to at least be a yellow card. Yep, yellow card shown to number 6 on Kalonji Pro Profile. That's Jabri Watson.
Just not a heads-up play there at all. Just.
And if there's one ref who's going to add every second of that back on, it's this one. So, I mean, I guess you could claim it's a bit of a professional foul. He has a yellow card to give. He's just trying to waste time, kind of like the handball we saw in the first half from Rovers, which is as long as you don't get that red card, the ramifications aren't really there.
But
Rovers are just
nonetheless, though, blatant.
Correct.
On his part.
So, subtlety was not the aim of that play.
No. Her purpose was.
Oh, quite.
All right, but here we go back to live action here now.
And he's playing
a little more time wasting going on here, and the referee is going to blow his whistle and say, let's put an end to that.
Oh, he's also taking a good 20 yards of extra space. Just a completely foul throw as well.
Yeah.
Kalonji are not even attempting to play the game at this point.
No, they got that goal, and they just want to get out of here now. But there's still a little time left, and And the referee, again, might be generous here with stoppage time, so it is not over yet. Rovers will still have life here. And now they have the ball in the defensive third, a place they haven't seen too often this half. But it's going to be cleared away by Kalonji once again. And now they have the ball. Looking to move around his man, moving to the corner now. He does. And he's going to take a shot.
That's
and
in!
He's going to trickle in! So Kalonji now pretty much nails it for tonight. 3-1 now is the lead here as we are in stoppage time. And that may do it, Stephen.
That will do it. I mean, Kalonji, they very much earned these few goals. They've been on it the entire second half. It hasn't been perfect play, but it's been good enough, and sometimes good enough is enough to keep you in the race. Every time, just dropping that left wing, dropping that right back is just a sport at this point for the Kalonji front three. Beautifully
Jeffrey
taken.
did come out, and then he put on the brakes there.
Yeah.
And kind of lost his balance a little bit, and I think that gave him the opportunity for that ball to trickle in.
Yeah, and when you're in these dying moments where Rovers have everyone forward, the one-on-one mentality, the I'm going to be the hero kind of mentality for the attacking members of Kalonji, it works. And they get it past just nicks off Joffrey, who can't keep it out of the back of the net. I don't think I can blame him for that one. He's done more than his job tonight.
So if anyone from the Los Tigres, Club the Strongest, they might be saying to themselves, we have a chance, fellas.
They are going to be a point behind on this level games going into that next matchup. I think it is fair. We can start looking forward. I don't think there's going to be too crazy of a comeback now that it's a 2-goal lead. Looking forward to the remainder of this week. Atlanta Rovers will be taking on 10th place Venetito Atlanta. A win there. They just have to beat Strongest's result by a point. Strongest taking on Atlanta City FC. Rovers should still be in control of their own destiny, but less comfortably so than they would have before.
We have seen a number of upsets this season, Stephen, so
anything
can happen the way this season has gone. But Kalonji now looking for more. There's a push in the back there. And the ball's going to trickle out of play here.
Jimmy Noel's got to be careful. He should have probably been fouled. He probably should have received a foul for how many times he just blatantly shoves that attacking member in the back. And do keep in mind, especially with anything above a yellow card, red cards do carry a ban. And especially when you're looking at a critical last week for Rovers, who, sure, should be favorites, but still got to get the job done in order to make the playoffs. I mean, you can't sleep just yet.
No, you cannot.
Also, keep in mind, Legends technically are in this. No, they're not. Ignore me. They're not in the playoff. Actually, they are. If Rovers lose, technically they could get overtaken by them. Atlanta City technically are in the playoff race as well, so Rovers are not out of the woods just yet, with many teams licking at their heels. They're going to be wounded tonight as Kalonji take a big old bite out of the formerly nationally ranked 5th team in the UPSL Premier National Standings. Kalonji really just trying to mark their territory with a confident win here tonight.
And stoppage time just keeps going on here, Stephen.
I think it's going to keep going on for a few more minutes.
Our clock says we're in the 6th minute now of stoppage time, so...
I'd say Rovers really don't got too much left in the tank here tonight. I think Kalonji, best strategy would be just to find a corner, get into that corner, back to goal, back to the rest of the pitch, just kill off this clock. Don't give time for anything stupid to happen. Rovers are going to be passionate as the game boils down. Don't do anything dumb is really just what you got to do tonight. No, on either side, just keep the cards in the pocket, accept the result, and get ready to play next week.
And Kalonji's going to have to turn right around because they have a game on Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday evening, another makeup game for Kalonji. Like I said, 3 games in a span of 7-8 days here. It's going to be a tough week for them.
Yeah, I think this is the strongest opponent that they have left to play. So a win here at Rovers does set them up quite nicely. They do need help. They need Birmingham and they need North Georgia to come to their rescue a little bit if they want to make their way into the championship picture. However, a top 2 position, which would give them a bye week, which a team currently playing 3 matches in a single week would probably want, is still very much on the board as long as they just keep control of their own destiny here and just keep winning. It's crazy how easy it is when you just keep winning.
Indeed. So, we're burning the midnight oil here now for you folks as we are deep into stoppage time.
7
Our
minutes.
clock says we're 7 minutes in now. And the referee, I think, is having a good time and wants to stay out here. And play will continue. Now looking for Mr. Nazario and Bomeo. Off the mark, though, but out of play. It's going to be thrown here for the Rovers. Again, great second half for Kalonji is the difference in this matchup tonight, Stephen.
Yeah, especially in the second half. Both teams looked kind of out of it to start this game, but going into the half and coming out of it, Kalonji just looked like a team that wanted to score. They wanted to stay in that race. And Rovers, they're just spinning their tires, unfortunately. They really cannot come up with how do they attack after being such a all-star firepower roster in the first few weeks. I mean, they should make playoffs. They still should make it over the line. A win versus Vinatito is probably the lowest toll you really have to pay to make it into the big dance, but they've got a lot of soul-searching to do if they're going to make any sort of noise in the playoffs. Kalonji are good, don't get me wrong, but Rovers used to be better.
Yeah, earlier this evening our engineer joked that the referee must be being paid by the hour.
Maybe somewhere by the minute because we're currently cresting into the 9th. Corner kick, Jimmy Noel lining up to take it.
Now it's just a matter of how long will this go on now, Stephen. Well, the Rovers are going to get a corner here eventually.
Yeah, I think they're going to call a foul corner kick, basically resetting that, so it's not going to be a throw-in as that deflection may look. Jimmy Noel lining up over this. Would be looking for a hell of a contribution here tonight.
Here's the kick underway, and we had a whistle then right before the kick.
Huh? Playing some keepy-ups. I have no earthly idea what that was about. At first I was like, wow, that's really aggressive to blow full time directly at the start of a corner kick.
Yeah, well, he saw something he didn't like.
Well, let's try this again.
And here we go. And the ball's going to come out. And there we go. He was waiting for that final corner kick, and finally we get the final whistle blown. So Kalonji Pro Profile comes away with a 3-1 victory here over the Atlanta Rovers FC tonight, Stephen.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this match?
I mean, it was just a tale of two halves. First half, uninspired. It was really both teams scoring against themselves. Second half, something happened with Kalonji. They had a fire lit under them, as you mentioned, with Coach. And they came out and they wanted that second half. Atlanta Rovers, they just didn't have anything left in the back pocket. And sure, they may not be in the title race, and they probably should be in the playoff picture right now, but they've got a lot of work to do. But speaking of a lot of work, let's talk about what Kalonji have to do right now. Well, let's see. Is this updated standings? Yes, they are. Kalonji, with that win, moves them up into 4th place with a match in hand over everyone around them. And they are 3 points back from Academy, 4 points back from Dalton, and 2 points back from Birmingham. Depending on how all those matches shake out, they could still be in that picture.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Rovers, on the other hand, are kind of leave the door open here for Club the Strongest. They both have one game remaining, and if Club the Strongest can pull out a victory.
Well, keep in mind, the door's not open yet. If they were, and looking here at the lineup, as long as Atlanta Rovers beat Vinatito, there's nothing Strongest can do. If Rovers falters again, then that door has been left firmly open. But speaking of which, let's look at what Kalonji's up to, because they're up to a lot. 3-1 win here tonight over Atlanta Rovers FC keeps them in the hunt. Tune back in Thursday, 2 days from now, ladies and gentlemen, as we'll be covering Kalonji Pro Profile versus Legends FC. Legends FC, by the way, still trying to hang on, is almost out of the relegation picture, but not quite yet. Kalonji was trying to keep in the title championship picture. And then, of course, final matchup, match week kind of 11.2 here. Wednesday's June 7th, Atlanta City versus Kalonji Pro Profile. That could be not only Atlanta City's last gasp to make it into the playoffs, but Kalonji Pro Profile. If for some reason, let's run through it, I believe North Georgia need to beat Dalton. Birmingham and Atlanta United either need to tie or Birmingham need to win. And if all that happens, a win versus Legends and a win versus Atlanta City would net Kalonji Pro Profile the title. And if that's not a simple path to walk, I don't know what is.
Well, we'll see if we make it to that Wednesday, June 7th game, if it will be for all the marbles for Kalonji Pro Profile. Well, that will wrap it up for us tonight, folks. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Atlanta Soccer Media Group here. Presentation of the UPSL Georgia Premier Division action. Week 11 here at the start. Tuesday night special. Your final score once more. Kalonji Pro Profile prevails over Atlanta Rovers FC 3-1. Thank you all. Good night. We'll see you next time on the pitch.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.